Be taken care of.
Yeah, so when did you leave the farm?
Oh, gosh, I was 17.
Okay.
And, you want to, I graduated early, so, you want to, you're looking at your parents and you think, oh, my, they'll be okay. Well, they won't. I looked at them, that was old people, and like me now. But so I wanted to go out and see the world, I wanted to see what in the world goes on out there. And part of it was, well, let me go to other cities or somewhere else and get a job and do some of these things. And then at that time, they had the draft going on. Well, I thought, I don't want to get tangled up in that, so the guy told me, he said, well, just join the Air Force. That's the easy way to go. I said, well, okay, that's what I'll do. And I did. And there's no regrets about it. I got to spend, quite a bit of time in there. It was fantastic. And the career in it and the opportunities from that, oh, my, wouldn't trade for nothing, It was,
what were they drafting for at the time?
Well, they had a lot of we had the draft just for people you had to serve in the service just as a part of your, I want to call it patriotic duty, but it was kind of that. And if you had to go register when you were 18 years old, you went and registered, at the registration board there. And now you were, quote, registered for the draft. Well, it was kind of like a lottery number, or a lottery thing, Not everybody went. But in times of, say, well, the Vietnam thing was starting to crank up,
The Cold War
in the early 60s. And you had a lot of Korean conflict stuff still held over. You had the Vietnam stuff starting to, get some legs under it. And, okay, we better beef up our military services a little bit, So that's when they started taking people in. Okay, your draft number is X. Well, you're going into service. Now, it was just for the Army. You could join the others, you could join Marines, Air Force, whatever. But the Army would draft you right in there for a 2-year period, and you served in that, whatever that was that you were put into when you went into the service. And then of course we don't have the draft now, but and the draft was to shore up your military, really, was what it amounted to, because they wanted to have it at a certain level in case you get attacked or in case you have to do what we try to do is to people that we've sworn to help and uphold is to help them in that. So we might have to send troops there or whatever on it. Well, you got to have troops to send there, for maybe you're being a police force or whatever on it. Well, you got to have the resources to do that. If you don't have people to send, where do you get them?
Yeah.
Call up the draft. No, they are. Okay, good. Come in here.
Yeah, go to the high school.
Exactly. You guys are going to be in the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Get them before college.
What does that mean?
Now.
You better go to college or something. You better do. And then some ran away, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
I had my grandpa joined the police academy.
Okay.
He was like, that seemed like the easy way not to go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then my uncle ended up going to Vietnam and
it was
should have been a cop.
It was an experience, It was quite an experience, You have sometimes they play to your strengths. You take a little test when you go in, and say, oh, yeah, you done good on this, right? Or you're just nervous when you take the test. You might have accidentally done good on something. Oh, we're going to put you in this. And you get in there and think, I don't like this. But they were pretty good about it. The tests were pretty indicative of what you were doing or what you favored to do. And it was then you got into that field. Sometimes you had further training past your basic you had to do, and then you'd go into that specialty field, whatever you're in.
So where did you end up going to basic? So 17, you decided instead
of getting drafted. I went into service and getting drafted. I was 18 then, and I thought, man, I ain't going to be in that draft thing on it. So I was probably 18 and a half or so, and I said, I think I'll just join the Air Force. Well, everybody goes to Lackland, and that's down in Texas, That's where their basic training is. Then after you went through the basic training of it, then they send you out to technical schools if the career path they're putting you on requires that you go to technical schools, and they're all over the USA. And then you go from that out into your duty stations, whatever, out into the real life, as they call it. And depending on the career that you go into, your tech school will be a few weeks up to sometimes even a year, because they got some pretty high-tech stuff in there. You're taking some of these aircraft that we have, and you got folks like myself working on them. It's like, hey, you better be on your game. And then you got, of course, you got a pilot's life there in it, so you better be on your game because you got him right here. But they supply you with the proper training, and out of wanting to do the job proper, you do the job, and it's I've found that in that realm of wanting to do the good job, that transfers right into your life. Not that you can't get it somewhere else, which you can, but a job well done is a job well done, and a job half done is a job half done. So which you want, It's just and it's a good follow through on it. And you can learn some pretty valuable lessons apart from having some training instructor screaming right in your ear. I mean, that's what you're trained to do. But when you get out into the real section of it, it's good life. It's good life on the thing. And I don't recruit for any of the services, but I do say that it's not as bad as what you hear. Just because you're going to service don't mean you're going to go in there and shoot somebody. It's not the way it goes. Well, look at Israel. If you're in Israel, you're going into service. You are going into the service.
Yeah, mandatory.
Period. It's mandatory. You're going in.
Men and women.
Yeah. Yes. You're going in there. So get ready. Not like they won't pick me. You're picked already because you live here. But it's the defense of our country, the way we live, and I don't regret any of it. None. Period. I have no regrets at all. Of course, that wasn't the question, but it's how we get to live in this country we live in and enjoy what we do enjoy, which is, if you look around, just look around. All you got to do is look around. And, you think, boy, them people in that country's got it bad. I mean, it's on the news. Look at it.
Yeah.
And you can see pictures of it, whatever, and you think, wow, that's pretty tough, And you say to yourself, I don't think I could live that way. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough as nails. So
some of them are way more unstable, that's for sure. There's a lot of instability.
And you get to visit some of these countries and you think, wow, how these people do this. I mean, that's their life,
Yeah.
We wake up in the morning, we think, oh my, I get to work on hot rods today. Isn't that great? Yes. And some of those people wake up and they think, we got nothing to eat. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. Oh, and we got choices like, man, I done went here, I went over there, tried that, tried that. I didn't like this and didn't like that. Let's go over here. They don't have that luxury. A lot of people don't have that luxury. This is all we got. That's what we're going to eat. And you're saying, is that some kind of fantasy? No, I've been to them real places, and some of them are still real today. I'm very much real.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to the Bogetti Clips YouTube channel. For the full podcast, check us out on Bogetti Studios YouTube and all your audio platforms. Also, hit that subscribe button to not miss out on any of the new Bogetti clips coming up.